There we are. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and hope you're all well and safe right now, enjoying your beautiful seasons, no matter where you are in the world. As a courtesy to our beautiful speakers, please mute your phones, and if you're going to be moving around, please turn your camera off so that the speakers don't get distracted by movement. My name is Maria Hopwood-Jones, and I'm an ASEA Platinum Executive in Sydney, Australia. Now, today we are going to be doing 3 sessions. So that's the webinar divided in 3 sessions. The first one, we're going to actually share what the breakthrough is all about, the ASEA breakthrough. We will also hear about a guest speaker, and we will have a Q&A section. Can I please encourage you to take pen to paper and write some questions. It's not often that we have Daniel to ourselves, and we can actually, use this expertise and years and years of experience in this particular industry, particularly those that are wanting to finish the year with a bang. So let me introduce our first speaker. So this is Stevie, who we all love and come to, really respect and admire. He's been independent for a long time. He's got a wealth of experience in this industry, lives in Queensland, Australia, sunny Queensland, Australia, with his wife, Sarah, and their 4 boys. 5 years ago, perhaps a little bit more now, they decided as a family to start their ASEA journey, and they've never looked back. They're actually totally and 100% committed to better people's lives and be a force for good in the world. Stevie, I would like to welcome you to the webinar. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Maria. Can you hear me okay? And you can see me okay?
Certainly can.
And you can see me okay? Sorry about that.
Absolutely can.
Sorry about that then. Hey, really good to see you as always, and really glad that I have you in my life actually, because you take care of me and everybody here, and you are enormously respected around the world as well. And congratulations, I'm seeing your leaps happening through the company as well. I've seen, I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen a couple of things shared around, so well done. And it is a testament, it is a piece of evidence of how your heart beats for the mission of this company to better people's lives, to be a force for good in the world. And so you are so good. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here and spending this time with me. I appreciate you. Your time is very valuable. I intend not to waste it. So much so that if you paid money here and you didn't like what I had to say, I would just give you your money back, but I can't give you your time back. So I take that very seriously. I appreciate you giving me such high amounts of your value. And what I'll be sharing with you is something that I feel very compelled to share. About 5.5, no, nearly 6 years ago now. Well, my best mate, is you're going to hear from in a moment, actually, Dan Doyle, introduced this to me. And it was almost immediately that I felt that compulsion to bring this to everybody's attention, because I could see almost immediately that this is high priority. The information is incredibly important because the impact and difference it is having in people's lives, physically, financially, and also culturally, is significantly deep. And so what I will be sharing with you is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Now, medical science experts are saying this is a very big breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. Yeah, it's a very exciting and entirely new frontier in science that for 2 decades science had declared was impossible. It's a breakthrough with enormous potential, and that is proven by renowned universities and world authority laboratory medical studies. It's a very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results, and drug companies wanted it shut down. I don't think they wanted you to know about it, quite frankly, but more about that a little later. Okay, before I tell you what this is, let's get absolutely clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. This is not a drug not a vitamin, not minerals, and not antioxidants or antioxidant formulas. It's not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, prosecco, essential oils, major matters, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser light fruits, magical 5,000-year-old trees, CBD oils, lotions, potions, gadgets, or all of that other stuff that's already out there. What we'll be talking about instead is an entirely new frontier in science that goes well beyond nutrition, beyond any type of ingredients you already know about. This is truly a groundbreaking and category-creating healthcare breakthrough. All right, so here we go. ASEA redox cell signaling technology. It contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, redox signaling molecules are made by our cells, so they are native to our body. Redox signaling molecules are the cellular messages that affect cell signaling, cell-to-cell communication, and gene expression in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that allows your body to regenerate tissue and maintain your health by helping to detect and protect healthy cells, detect and repair unhealthy cells, detect and replace damaged cells. So basically, redox signaling empowers our body to heal itself. Redox signaling molecules also activate our body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this important? Because we are all made of cells. Every single part of us. We live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy life. They're the keys to life. Redox signaling is essential for the function of normal physiology. All biochemical and physiological processes in our body critically depend on redox signaling in and among our cells. In fact, if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, we wouldn't live longer than a few more seconds. Without our redox signaling molecules, life ends. Now, when we're born, we make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally when we're young, why our bodies work so well, so efficiently. We have so much energy. We have so much pep, get up and go. If we get a bump or a bruise or a scrape or a scratch or a cut or we fall ill, we usually bounce back pretty quickly. However, with age, stress, diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, our cells break down. And our body's ability to make redox signaling molecules declines daily. As such, our cells break down even more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. ASEA takes science seriously and so doesn't do any scientific studies themselves. Instead, ASEA is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. So ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translate to health at its most foundational level, because ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect the genes that improve immune system health, that help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, that improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and that modulates hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. These genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Additionally, ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. That's 8 times more than your body can do on its own. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. Now, head professors of this university study are saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to when it was younger and or healthier. So if you have health challenges, if you have loved ones that you care for with health challenges, if you have a wish to look, live, and feel young again, if you have the good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. Let's hear from some medical doctors right now.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
Okay, so now that we've spoken a little bit about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. And that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. Renew 28 Revitalizing Redox Gel and Renew Advance Intensive Redox Serum supported and enhanced by their complementary all natural ingredients products, Renew Advanced Gentle Refining Cleanser and Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. But a picture speaks 1,000 words, so let some of these pictures speak to you. You're going to see more than anti-aging effects. You're going to see age reversing effects. You're going to see lines disappearing and wrinkles being ironed out, elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, and other signs of poor health to the skin being replenished, being rejuvenated, new skin cells being replaced and turned over to more youthful, healthy skin. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions are coming back to the proper surfaces of the skin. Excuse me. Now, this is Rosie. Have a look at those two pictures on the left. Dramatic differences, right? Now, Rosie didn't notice the difference because she didn't take photos. In fact, she went back to her doctor who recommended this product to her and said, it's doing nothing. And the doctor pulled out the photos and took a current one and put them together. And what do you think Rosie saw after that? What do you think she thought after that? So when you get back to your friend naturally, wanting to get onto a seer because you want to see how it goes, take pictures. That's how you see how it goes. And also write out a little scorecard for yourself. Take an inventory of your health inside and out, head to toe, and keep a score of it on a regular basis. Now, the other moral of this story is that some people notice results very quickly, like Rosie did. In fact, some people notice results even quicker than Rosie. In fact, some people notice it in like 5 to 15 minutes. However, other people, they need to apply more product, more time, and more patience. What we know scientifically is that redox-sealing molecules are redox-sealing molecules. They're the same in me as they are in you. In fact, they're the same in us as they are in animals. In fact, they're the same in us and animals as they are in plants. And it has been scientifically verified, tested that we have redox-sealing molecules. It's been scientifically tested, independently reviewed that these products, redox-sealing, will work on every single person every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for it to not work. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Now, this is Dr. Marty Moran talking about noticing changes. He decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and put Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? I'll give you some clues. Have a look at the lines running down each side of the mouth by the corners. Have a look at the lines running down either side of the mouth. Do you notice any difference in visibility, depth, length there and the lines either side of the face? What about the cheeks? Do you notice any differences on one side opposed to the other? Perhaps the biggest clue of all is the side of the face the glasses are slanting towards, maybe suggesting more droopiness on one side of the face as opposed to the other. So thank you, Dr. Marty Moran, for literally walking around like a weirdo for 28 days. And you showed us all just how effective Renew 28 is. Now, it's not just for your face, arms, hands, bellies. This is a friend of mine after 3 children, and also bums. There was a scientific study by a very large dermatological scientific institute, global one, high authority. And they were doing a study because there were lots of reports coming in all over the world that Renew 28 was making cellulite disappear. And so they did a study and they found, it was double-blind, placebo-controlled community trial. And they found on all of the women who were using Renew 28 where they had cellulite, there was in fact a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite after just 12 weeks. Now, when the scientists did ultrasounds to find out what was going on, they found that the fat causing the cellulite, the subcutaneous fat, was actually being dissolved. And so Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture and smoothing the skin. It supports surface skin cell renewal for visible, younger looking skin. But also Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after, for example, shaving or sun exposure. But furthermore, Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe muscle discomfort. In fact, if you have any discomfort around your body, maybe it's your neck, shoulders, elbow, hip, back, knees, fingers, anywhere you have discomfort, I would encourage you to try this. That point that is giving you problem, give it a score on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 means it's the most uncomfortable. And then put this Renew 28 on that spot 3 times within 5 minutes. And you watch what happens inside of about 5 to 15 minutes. Usually out of every 10 people we try this on, 9 to 10 of them will notice a result in 15 minutes or less. Now, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. So there's a very big opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in '98 for the first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have now been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 33,000 results. This is a very difficult slide for me to keep up with. I just updated it yesterday because there are more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling molecules. In fact, I think it's more than that now. So according to medical scientific researchers, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and world redox congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and a title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And ASEA is already light years ahead for two simple reasons. Number one, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that it was impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented. And not only is it not allowed to be copied, it can't be copied. There's no way to reverse engineer ASEA. There are trade secrets in making ASEA, just like there are trade secrets in making Coca-Cola or KFC's secret herbs and spices or the Big Mac special sauce. Now, I wouldn't recommend taking any of those for your health. But ASEA, it can't be copied. That means we have no copycats. We will have no copycats. And that means no competition. No one in the world has what ASEA has. No one. And no other product can do what ASEA does, none of them. Now, redox works in everybody. Therefore, redox works on everybody. Nothing in the body works as well or at all without redox. Redox can't hurt anybody. It's native. It's body native. Everybody needs redox. They're the keys to life. Without them, you wouldn't live. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Now, you might have heard it just before. Our mission at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We want to help a lot of people, and we can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn commissions, money, just by sharing redox with others. You receive a residual income not only from the first purchase, but also from every single ongoing lifelong purchase made by everyone you refer to ASEA. And you can refer as many people as you like. And on top, you also receive residual income from the lifelong ongoing purchases made by every single person they and others also refer. So just like when you do things already like recommending a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, or whatever, you tell people stuff who naturally tell people stuff, who then naturally more people tell other people stuff, and then they tell even more people. Word of mouth marketing is the most ancient and still today #1 most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world. And there's no limits, especially with how connected the world is in today's age. Word spreads worldwide. And ASEA is currently in 35 countries, opening up new markets almost every single year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Excuse me. And so for people looking for an extra or a part-time or a full-time or a big time or a legacy leaving income for generations of loved ones, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions. For people who are switched on, smart, business-minded, for people who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing, this is a significant opportunity to be paid a significant residual income from the growth of this global expansion. But really, there is nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's exactly what you get to do and be a part of with ASEA. You know, who you become and what you do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make you. However, you can make great money here. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world and have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. So why aren't you hearing about this from your doctor? And you know what? Maybe you are, because there are now hundreds of doctors all over the world now recommending Redox to their patients and seeing unprecedented results. However, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, those big pharma companies did offer to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and to take everyone off the Redox. Thankfully, our founders of ASEA, Virtus Norton and son Tyler Norton, said no to the payout and yes to the people already experiencing Redox. Because after Virtus and Tyler saw these people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to now experiencing life-changing power from Redox healing molecules, well, Virtus and Tyler were filled with a great sense of purpose and sincere feelings of responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so what had started as just a big business play had now become something more. The ASEA founders, Virtus and Tyler, turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and everyone without a prescription. And so, as demonstrated in this very important decision, ASEA always puts people and principles before ego and economics. Now, the ASEA founders and the ASEA corporate team come from Fortune 500 up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. And so they're exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous, household named companies. But they pride themselves on never doing it at the cost of people, because they believe, as we all do, at the end of the day, it is people that matter most. It is the effect we have on others that is the most valuable currency there is. You are in good hands. And so I invite you to get back with the person who shared this with you. Don't worry about what the time is. They'll be glad to hear from you. Let them know what you've seen here and what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. We truly want to help you. So at the very least, I hope you'll become part of this Redox reality and live better, healthier, younger, stronger, longer, happier. I've got to say though, one of ASEA's guiding principles is to become more, because really it's what you become that determines what you can overcome, that ultimately determines your income in life. That really caught me when I first learned that. So in other words, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you'll also pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better. As said by a very famous business teacher, help enough other people get what they want, and you can have everything you want. Service to many leads to greatness. And so thank you for spending this time with me. May you always be happy. May you always be well. Now, nothing I've said has been intended to diagnose any health concerns that you have, and ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Again, thank you very much. Thank you, Maria, and I'll hand it back to you. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Stevie. That's a really, really good presentation. Thank you so much for your time. It is Saturday, and in sunny Queensland, I'm sure we're looking forward to getting out there and find some more people we can change lives. Excuse me. Our next speaker is somebody that is well-renowned. His name is Dan Doyle. He's got an enormous amount of experience in traditional businesses and became very successful and financially secure. However, life, you know, throws you lemons, and sometimes you have to make lemonade. So with courage and heart, and it's often measured by how quickly you face that challenge and how quickly you actually overcome it. Today, Suzanne and Dan and Suzanne are based in Honolulu, Hawaii, and he's achieved the rank of #3 in ASEA as a triple diamond ambassador. Dan has a wealth of experience in building businesses like this all over the world, and is a global authority in Redox technology and cellular health. He's also a well sought after international speaker and entrepreneur. And his mission, like Stevie, mine, and a number of people on this webinar, are to change the health breakthrough and actually empower people's lives. Daniel, we would love to know exactly your story, how you overcame your challenge and your journey that has brought you to where you are now. Daniel, over to you.
Thank you, Maria. Can you hear me okay? Good, as my glasses fog up. Sorry, I've got to wear this, guys. I'm in a hotel here in Beverly Hills, and I always say wherever I lay my hat, wherever we lay our hat is our home, and this is where it is until the end of next week, till we get back to Honolulu. I am in a room full of empty people, but these are the rules here. Stevie, thank you for that presentation. Incredible information. I always get shivers up and down my spine when I hear about this breakthrough, with what it's done for me, with what it's done for so many people. Anybody who's on this call who hasn't heard this before, if you're a guest of someone who's invited you onto this call, I just want you to relax, unfold your arms, uncross your legs, because we're not here to sell you anything. We're not here to convince you of anything. We're just here to give you information. And whatever you do with that information is totally up to you. But I can tell you, whoever invited you on this call is handing you the biggest gift that you could potentially receive in your entire life. And you're going to hear my story. And before I get into that, Stevie touched on the disclaimer. I always like to reiterate that before I go into my story. These products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But we have something pretty profound, these signaling molecules that can help the body to heal itself. Just to reiterate again that this is the biggest science health breakthrough, anti-aging and human performance breakthrough that we'll see in our lifetime, or maybe even all time. It's a huge breakthrough that's got nothing to do with anything that you've ever experienced in the past. What you have experienced or used in the past is literally the last wave, the last 50 years. What we're talking about is the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. We are 20 years ahead of our time with this breakthrough and with this technology. So I'm going to go back to Sydney, Australia, where I grew up, playing a lot of sports, excelled in rugby, judo, gymnastics, surfing, aerobics, and bodybuilding. And I'm going to show you a photo shortly, but I feel like a school child now, and I go back to the days where I played a lot of sports. And I did so to distract myself from school. And I just got in trouble for not having my mask on before I came on, but that's how I feel at the moment. But this is me back in the day. I was 24 years old. So this is nearly 30 years ago, where I was a bodybuilder and I was actually involved in the health and fitness industry. And this is the start of me being a young entrepreneur. I started in my own businesses when I was 21 years old. Now, fast forward over the next 20 years, I built and sold 20 traditional businesses, employed about 3,500 people, and still at 44 used to keep very fit and healthy. And this is a picture of me at 44 years old, leading up to 50, wanting to be the best physical shape possible for a 50-year-old that I could be. So I wasn't going to stop exercising and looking after my health. Now, the thing is, and thank goodness I was in this condition, because 6 months later, I found something in my abdomen which wasn't right. And unfortunately, the doctors gave me some very, very bad news. And this is a picture of me in 2011, where I started 2.5 years of what I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I lost all my hair from the top of my head to my toes. And I got this these terrible issues from using weed killer, Roundup from Monsanto. So I just needed to give them a plug. This is a friend of mine, Johnny Manor, 21 years old in this photo. He had what we would say was the good one. Back in the day, I had two of the bad ones. He was in remission at this stage. He'd been through what I'd been through, those hospital visits. Unfortunately, after this photo was taken, he's came back, went back into hospital, went back through what I was going through at this time, and he never came out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. Very, very sad time. So at the end of my 2.5 years of what the doctors put me through, I was told to get my affairs in order. I was quite angry with that. I made a decision to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, did some research, and I went on to an alkaline diet. I also bit the bullet and spent a lot of money on products from network marketing companies, and that was pretty hard for me to do because I never believed in that business model. I was one of the naive ones. But I did, and I tried several different products, and you would think with what I was doing, my body would be heading in the right direction, but that wasn't the case. This is 2 years on all those products and that diet. I looked about 20 years older. My blood works were still heading in the wrong direction, and I was in a lot of trouble with my health. This was October 2014. A friend of mine reached out. He said, I think I found something that can help you. Long story short, flew to Salt Lake City, met him in the company headquarters, ASEA, and started on this product. In 3 hours, my detox was so huge, I had toxins coming out of my skin with little red spots all over my upper torso. In 12 hours, a 20-year stomach issue that I had gone away, caffeine intolerance. And in 48 hours, all the lung damage from what they did to me in that hospital, my lungs were functioning perfect from not being able to breathe properly, walk up hills, walk upstairs. I was having trouble breathing. My lungs were functioning perfect. So that was my experience in the first 2 to 3 days with taking this product. Now, I went back to Australia. Do you think I kept taking this product? Of course I did. But in the situation we were in, coming from being very successful in traditional business, having to fire sale our businesses, we unfortunately lost everything financially because I lost my health. We were actually living in a van at the time, and we almost went to the Salvation Army for food stamps. But I did manage to afford what we call a maintenance amount, which was 1 bottle a week, knowing that I probably needed at least 1 bottle a day for what I was going through. So I persisted on that. 8 months in, blood works were getting better and better and better. My doctor was very, very surprised with what was happening, but he said, whatever you're doing, keep it up. Just over 1 year on the product, this is the day the doctors told me there was no sign of those 2 major health issues. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away. 20 years of pollen problems where I'd be sneezing all day, my nose would be running, and a whole list of other things. My whole body was rebuilt in 2015, just over 1 year on the product. That was my journey back to health. Now have a look at the anti-aging side of things 2 years later. You can see my complexion. You can see that I look better as time went on. And this is me now. But if I just go back and show you those photos again, this is in 2014, a reflection of what was happening on the inside. This was 1 year later on the product, 2015, and what you're seeing here is a reflection of what was happening on the inside. 2 years later again, 3 years on the product, same thing, a reflection of what was happening on the inside. So that was my journey back to health, my journey back to looking younger and feeling younger. And we've had an amazing ride when it comes to sharing this with people and the business side too. I would have never, ever, ever got involved in this business model going back years. If somebody came to me with a network marketing company, I'd definitely naive to the fact of the power of leverage and the power of this type of business. So as a byproduct, responsibility with the results that I had to start sharing this with others. And as I was sharing it with others, I also started receiving thank you checks, which I invested back into my own health. I would say from what this company's created, with them ticking every box from the corporate leadership and the founders to the leadership in the field, the breakthrough, the compensation plan, the ethos of the company, their principles and values, their ethics, their integrity to get this to the world, their intention to get this to the world, this would be the most compelling opportunity that we will come across in our lifetime. Virtus Norden knocked back a lot of money from multiple pharmaceutical companies, selling this product and selling out on us, selling out on humanity. He kept this as his legacy to humanity. His son, Tyler Norden, did the same. I'm doing the same today. Something that I've always wanted to do, something I've always wanted to create through traditional business, which I've never been able to do. But I find myself in this business model with this incredible breakthrough, helping so many people, leaving my legacy. And we are looking for people to take the product, obviously, for longevity, to live longer, to live healthier, but we're also looking for people that we can help to help them to spread the word as quickly as possible. And with that, that's my story. I'm going to hand back to Maria, and then we'll have a little bit of a Q&A. Thanks for coming on today, guys, and we might catch you on a call we have in a few hours, which is the same call.
Hey, thanks, Daniel. What an amazing story. I'm just personally ever so grateful that you took the responsibility into your own hands for your own health. And I really like to point that out to everybody here, that if you hadn't done that, if you have given up, none of us would be here, and none of those thousands of people that you've impacted across the world would be here either. So we truly appreciate you. We say thank you for your passion, your life, and for truly aligning and believing that ASEA was the way forward for you, as it is for all of us. For those that are brand new to this technology, again, I should encourage you to go back to the person that invited you to view this webinar and do your due diligence, because this is absolutely real. Daniel, you're absolutely inspiring. Thank you so much for being an amazing leader and mentor. We truly appreciate your time. We know that you're you right now are in a situation where, in Beverly Hills, having to wear a mask, and it's not very pleasant. We honor you and we thank you. So on behalf of everybody, it's Stevie. You're just an amazing leader. Thank you for taking this and driving this webinar as well. We really appreciate you taking the time. And everybody here, thanks for your time and for actually being here today. We thank you for making the decision to look into it, and those that are here already for your passion and deciding to make people's lives a much better place. Excuse me, I've got a bit of frog in my throat. So anyway, just before we go, Daniel did allude that there is a call. There is a fantastic call with some amazing leaders coming up in just a little bit under 90 minutes. We have Edwina Lee, David He, Dan Doyle himself, and we also have Daniel Matthew, Molly Mo, and Sam Lin. I will put the details in the chat box, and Daniel has been very kindly given the details in the WhatsApp. And after that, we've got another webinar in a couple of hours or so with Elisa Tucker and Dan and Stevie again. So please do you ring around and invite people to actually view this and learn what we've got in our hands. We'll stop the recording now, and please, I do hope that you